from the gateway to showbiz glory. This is Hollywood 411.
Joining me now are four members of the cast that make up the Cullen family. We have Peter Facinelli, who plays Carlisle, Ashley Greene, who plays Alice, Kellan Lutz, who plays Emmett, and Jackson Rathbone is Jasper. Welcome to the show, you guys. We're so excited to have you on the show. It seems like I know you guys because I see so much promotion for the film. I see your pictures everywhere, and we're just really excited to have you. But for those people that have not read the books, let's just go by talking about going to each one of you and telling us your role in the family.
Sure. I'm Peter Facinelli. I play Dr. Carlisle Cullen, and I am the patriarch of the family. These are my children.
Who you lovingly bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I lovingly bit them in order for them to have all of eternity. So they have they should be very grateful. Except for, Jackson.
How'd you get out of the whole biting thing?
They kind of joined my family.
I joined up with this lovely lady over here, so, you know.
Okay, so let's talk about Ashley.
Yes. I play Alice Cullen in the film, one of the children, and she is basically, I think, one of the first ones to accept Bella into the family. She can see the future, so she kind of foresees that she's going to be best friends with this girl and sees how much her brother loves him. And she's kind of I mean, we're all good-hearted, but she's extremely optimistic and you know, has this heart of gold and is just always kind of the hyper happy-go-lucky of the Cullen group.
All right, being able to see in the future, that's a very nice ability to have, right,
yes.
Kellan?
She's so lucky. I mean, I play Emmett, and he's kind of the big brother. He's super strong, like me, I know. And he's just a goofball. And Rosalie kind of saved him. I was attacked by a bear, and she saw something sweet and cute and wanted me to be her soulmate.
Okay, Jackson.
I was brought into the Cullen family by this lovely lady, as I was saying before, Alice, who meets me, and we join up with the Cullen family as a band of vegetarian vampires, kind of living in Washington.
I love it, and I'm sure the people that have not read the books are wondering, how are you a vegetarian vampire? So let's go to you, Peter, with that question about how you raise this family of vegetarian vampires and what that means and how they integrate with the pressures of the world.
Vampires are meat eaters by nature, and what Dr. Cullen has done is basically domesticated the family, and they feed only on animals. So they don't prey on human beings. And in doing that, they try to live amongst humans as humans, and try to fit in so that they're not, so they don't stand out and they can live their eternity out amongst human beings.
Now, how does your character deal with Edward's struggle? Because, of course, the main romance of the book is Edward and Bella, and she wants to be bitten to turn into a vampire so she can be with him for all of eternity.
Well, it's interesting because my character is not unlike a father to a teenage boy who's kind of unruly and unhappy and doesn't know what he wants in life, and I have to kind of stand by him and support him no matter what, you know. I'm kind of happy with the vampire world that I've created for my family, and so is the rest of the family, and Edward's, you know, they all have their own mates, but Edward hasn't found his true love yet, hasn't found his mate, and then he went off and found a mate in the worst possible place, which is the human, you know, society.
Nerve.
Yeah.
The nerve. That sounds very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it's very dangerous for us, very dangerous for them.
Ashley, now let's talk about your character, Alice. As we touched on before, she has the ability to see in the future. How does that sort of play in when Bella, when the bad vampires try to take Bella?
Well, it's definitely extremely helpful. The only thing about her seeing the future is it is subjective as far as it's what the person's decision is at that point. So if they change their mind, then the future changes. And that's why we don't know exactly where, you know, these villains of the film are the whole time. But, you know, it does help as far as where their location is at this certain time and getting her as far away from them as humanly possible.
Okay, well, Kellan, let's talk about your character a little. And this aspect of you guys are playing sort of non-traditional vampires. I mean, when I think of vampires, I think of in a coffin, sleeping, can't walk out in the daylight. But you guys love baseball, you're vegetarians, you're trying very hard to fit in with the mainstream human life. Is it fun to play these non-traditional vampires?
I think it's really unique, and I've grown up watching a lot of vampire movies, and especially especially not having fangs. It was kind of a bummer at first, but
So disappointing.
But yeah, it was in a way. I mean, I love dressing up, doing Halloween, being a vampire.
Right.
But I really think it's really unique to play a vampire that's trying to live as a human, and to actually try that out, and that being a first in a way. I like it.
Well, obviously people are responding to it. It's really hit a chord. Jackson, 17 million copies of the book sold worldwide. Oof. Can you talk about what goes on with you guys and how you feel about that, living up to that expectation?
Well, it is a lot of pressure, but everybody has this this kind of perception of what the film's going to be in their heads from the books. And now that the trailers have been circulating out and just blowing up everywhere, it's this film. This film is it has an audience that is begging and dying to see it. And I think they will not be disappointed, because the work that we put in and the work that Catherine Hardwick...
And it remains truthful to the book, too.
Much more from the good vampires of Twilight still to come, like should we already expect a sequel?